Hey guys, all right, another How My Thinking Leads to Eating video. And today we're gonna talk all about tracking your food. How does this whole thing play into the tracking your food issues? So what you have to remember, going back to our first couple of videos when we talked about lower brain, higher brain, how it gets involved, the very first thing is you have a thought. Remember, we had a video on I have to lose weight fast, right? So you have a thought, and then your lower brain goes into high gear and it tries to fix the problem for you. And one of the ways that it tries to fix this problem of weight loss, getting the weight off, is to give you kind of a list of action steps to take. One of which for many of us is tracking our food. And it's like, okay, so we need to eat X amount of calories every day. We need to track everything, right? It lists out all of these things. And every time you've had the thought, I need to lose weight, I need to track, your lower brain has done this. And then within a day or two, it blows up in our faces because you probably don't hit your calorie target. You don't track everything. There is this constant tug of war between your lower brain and your higher brain, because what is not considered in that to-do list that your lower brain gave you is the fact that every time you feel discomfort, you're gonna put food in your mouth to feel better, which then messes up your calories for the day, because you had them all beautifully set up first thing in the morning. You're hitting your 1500, 1600, whatever 100, and now you just emotionally ate to feel better, and now you're way over that target. And then your lower brain comes back in and says, see, I knew we couldn't do this. Why are we even trying? Let's not track anything the rest of the day. We'll start over again fresh tomorrow. And this cycle has played out probably for you over and over and over again. And really all it is your higher brain probably set up a great plan in the morning, thinking about how it can, get you to eat all the things that you wanted to eat. Your lower brain gave this list of actions to do. And during the day, you kind of fell victim to the thinking from the lower brain, right? I've had a stressful day. Having the candy or the cake today, won't be that big of a deal. I've got so far to go. I'll track this tomorrow. So how can we start to circumvent that? How can we actually start to work on our goals without self-sabotaging this way? And this is a really important thing because there are ways you can do it. So I talked before in a video about the abundance food plan, which is you tracking up to maintenance calories, putting in all the goodies, putting in all the treat foods that you tend to sabotage with, and then having the attitude of, if I don't eat it, I can delete it. This works super well for the lower brain because, one, you're putting down not the perfect day. You're putting down the real day, the one that probably is going to happen sometimes. But you're giving yourself the option to improve the day. You're giving yourself the option to delete something that you didn't eat, to not have all the treats that you pre-tracked. You've got all of that option there. The second one for tracking, I have a client doing it right now, and it's very cool to see her thriving with the lower brain, higher brain dialogue. But she is laying out her day on paper. She's not tracking calories. She's laying it out on paper, what she plans to eat, snacks, treats, meals, and on one side. On the other side, she's writing what she actually consumes. And then she's highlighting things with like a blue or green marker that are those urges, right? The lower brain urges. I had a stressful day. I deserve this, yada, yada, yada. And what she's starting to do just after a week of doing it is delay gratification. She said, I had all those thoughts today, and I actually said to myself, I'll put it on the plan tomorrow. Whereas the first week, she ate all the things. She was highlighting a lot of things. And she had a day where she actually was able to dismiss the urge. Yes, I do see those cakes. And yes, those do look delicious. But I can put one on my plan for tomorrow. She was shocked that she could do it. But we all can do it. And that means we can't be in a restrictive mindset. It means when our lower brain gives us a calorie target, we realize we're setting ourselves up for failure, and that it will point that out to us and then tell us that we shouldn't even bother. And so what we need to do is we need to find alternate ways to do this where we can actually be successful. So these two options, the abundance option and the writing everything down as a plan, with again, everything covered. You don't want to be restrictive with the plan. Go the opposite of restrictive. And then on the other side of your sheet of notebook paper, write down what you actually consumed through the day. Highlight the urge voice when it shows up. Oh, you know what? Just have that one donut right now. We'll make up for it later, whatever it says. And then over time, your goal is to get those extra things you're eating that are highlighted because it's from your lower brain because you're feeling discomfort to reduce over time. How do you reduce it over time? You talk back to it. Oh, you know what? Yeah, that cake would be delicious. How about we just put it on our plan for tomorrow instead of today? And this is how you can start to think about tracking differently. Once you understand how this game is played in your head, and why you've probably self-sabotaged and why you probably struggle to get consistent with tracking, because you have gone about it the same way every time. And then your lower brain goes, see, told you we couldn't do it. I did a video on this, by the way. See, I told you we couldn't do this. Let's stop right now. Let's count our losses so we don't have a big fail and just kind of move on. But the reality is you don't have to do it that way. You could track with abundance to maintenance or even above maintenance. Make sure everything's on there to where you can only, at the end of the day, delete what you did not eat. So that way your day actually ends more honestly and realistically. You don't let the lower brain shoot a number that you're not going to be able to achieve just to prove that once again you failed at this. The second thing, really just get away from calories altogether. Journal everything you're planning to eat. Breakfast, muffin. Lunch, salad with soup. Snack in the afternoon, bag of candy, whatever. Write it all down. On the other side of the paper, write down if you ate those things. Anything you ate that was additional, highlight and see what is going on. And then after a week or so, say, okay, how can I reduce the amount of highlighted things on the opposite side of my paper? Could I start doing delayed gratification? Could I start talking back to my lower brain when it recommends all these additional things to eat, right? You can start to look to making those improvements. I hope this video helps. You guys have a wonderful week. Please like and subscribe and share my content to help other people. I will talk to you soon.